Coming to you from the sunny San Francisco Bay Area every Tuesday night, it's ESG Live with Chuck, Paul, and Ramir. Tonight, the best electric scooters of 2021 voted by you. ESG community content, scooter news, and more. And now, your host, Chuck Temple!
Yeah, I like it. Thanks for that's some sizzly sizzle we got going on here. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Awesome to have you here. The new time, 4 o'clock. Our time, 4 o'clock. I don't know what time it is for you guys. I know it becomes like midnight for the UK. I know it's like 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So for those of you that caught that it's a new time, thanks for being here. Email and text all your friends right now. Let them know that they're missing out if they're not here, So anyway, it's cool to just be joined by people that are into scooters as much as we are. It's kind of an awesome world. It's, our show's been, doing so well recently. And, it's just awesome to kind of feel the growth and feel, just like the support of everybody. We're getting just so many awesome comments now and so many requests to do other things and be on other people's shows. It's the announcement or the release, the official release of the top 12 electric scooters as voted by you. Changes a little bit every year as we try to get better at things. Anyway, this year was basic. It was like, how do you vote? How do you rate your scooter? And we also got where did you buy your scooter and how did you rate that? But today we're focusing on what scooter do you own and how did you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. The top 12 electric scooters, we're going to be releasing those. Definitely hit the notification on Instagram. I'm posting, and we're all posting actually all the time now, what we're riding that day and weird things that happen, just whatever. That's where a lot of the action is happening during the week. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening there, basically every day. That's one of the largest groups in the world. And if you have questions about electric scooters, this kind of thing, make sure to, bring it up during those times. We also have, Mod Saturday, Scooter Ride, and that is moderated by none other than Mr. David Vosk. I got the timing right on that one. So, all right, so check those out. And without further ado, let's kick off the show with Photo Friday. Okay. Hopefully the stream is on our end, everything's looking okay. So it might be YouTube. I hope the stream is looking good. If not, the replay will be good. But we're all about the folks, all of you guys that are watching, and everybody on the live chat. Hello to everybody. I see Voro in here. I see of course David Voss, Walter Bell. I see so many friendly faces. Of course Trina's here. There's Paul. Is that you, Paul, in the live chat? Yeah, that's Paul. Yeah. Sometimes we're just sitting here chatting while, we're not, if someone else is talking, we can comment in and stuff. Anyway, okay, so for Photo Friday, let's start with the honorable mention. Honorable mention this week goes out to Mantis. All right. So this is the columns out to none other than Dan August, posting the Kaabo Wolf King with a custom mod, clean and simple. In his response, Dan said, "I'd like to thank all the Scootopians out there who love the simple mods that I put on my Kaabo Wolf King. Shout out to Kaabo for creating an amazing 2021 Wolf upgrade. Shout out to Melvin over at Voro Motors for selling me a winner." So apparently he's happy with Well, quick commercial break sponsored by Voro Motors, and we'll get Ramir in here. Sherlock is blind, and he somehow learned to hiss. I think it's from the neighbor cat, and so yeah, it got a little. It started bleeding while.
Did you get who?
Did get second place in the tournament this weekend to Barry. He did beat me. I got I'm a solid number 2 this week, but Barry definitely won number 1. Barry also saw Paul. Barry texted me. He goes, "I think I saw Paul in the corner on San Pablo and something," and I was like. He was like, and he knew what scooter. He knew it was he was like, he's on he said Phantom, I think, in his text.
Phantom Ludo prototype.
Yeah, I didn't tell him about that.
Yeah,
I don't know if he knows.
I should have got a black suit. I've had 2 black suits in a row, and I got the tan one.
Yeah.
Thinking, you just get something different, and it's too recognizable.
Yeah.
I mean, not for, I don't mind Barry spotting me, but, if I'm doing bad things and people see me, over and over again doing the same things.
Yeah.
Easy to identify.
That's right. Anyway, Barry was cruising around, looking for probably pickleball people to beat up on, and then looking for because there's games if you look it up, there's games all over the city in multiple cities. If you just cruise around, you can find games. Anyway, how's your weekend, man?
My weekend was boring. It was probably one of the stalest weekends I ever had. My family went on vacation to, they went to Tahoe.
They just left you.
Yeah, they left me. I was back, I had to do some work. That was fine. So I was doing some work on Saturday, and then the UFC fight was that night.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That main event.
Yeah.
If anybody saw it.
He knocked him out.
Yeah. We won't say who. One of them knocked the other one out, as it happens in the UFC.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I just see a comment that says, we're good on Facebook. Okay. We're solid now.
Yeah. We must be good.
Okay, cool.
And if you have questions, we'll get them queued up. David Boss will queue them up. We'll get the basic questions at the end of the show. If you have questions about the top 12, if I forget to tell you, we'll do that during the top 12 section as we can.
Okay. So first up for community content, we have Scooter Ride Sundays. That's where everybody shows their rides, their group rides, with their friends, their family. We like to see you scoot. Keep it going on Sundays.
These are always fun to watch.
On Facebook. So first up, we have Eldrick Dale, Atenza Obrello from Abu Dhabi, UAE. Let's check him out.
He says, E10, Tak Bong Pog Gilong Sakalam. Hope you finish all video. Thanks for the accept to the admins. Must be a new Facebook.
Oh, they're all riding seated.
That's right. Unbelievable. Like, why? I've never seen an all-seated scooter gang before.
Yeah.
And they all
Seats
have
and lights.
They all have like flashing lights. It's a disco party out there, seated. I have been enjoying the seated Roadrunner though. I tell you. We get.
Yeah, here, right here.
We got a super chat. Okay.
Super chat.
All right, we got.
Super chat.
Hold on, I got a sound effect. Jumpy Frog. All right, thanks so much for the awesome content. Says Jumpy Frog, and I don't know. I haven't seen a Jumpy Frog before. I mean, I've seen a frog jump. Plenty. I feel like I had a dream about a frog.
You know what that means. But
what does that mean?
Huh?
A frog jumping in your dream? What does that mean?
When you have, I don't know what they say. When you have dreams about like water animals, it's like like you're about to like have a baby. You never heard that?
Is that right?
Yeah. But,
well, listen, I got an announcement. No, just joking. Remember that one time I did?
Oh,
I got you so bad on the show.
Anyway, next story. Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. Next up is video posted by Reggie Ligon, also from Abu Dhabi. And he says, and here's the video, he says, E10 TPL Sakalam, Abu Dhabi. So this is cool. Sing it, Raymond.
What you gonna do? Go ahead, Paul. You know it. So Paulo, he knows the song.
I think this show is we'll break records for how many different ways we can't monetize this video.
Yeah, right. For sure.
This might be the one, yeah.
We're totally gonna get kicked off. Anyway,
okay,
it's pretty cool. Okay,
next video is coming out of North Carolina from John Richardson. He came across, just roll a video. He's on his Dualtron X2. Check it out.
John's videos.
I like the video. 360, little looping. He's going. He's driving. He's just cruising along.
Sounds like a frog sound on this video.
He's got that suspension, so he doesn't care about the cracks in the roads.
Oh, yeah? Oh, those are major.
Wow. Can you believe it?
What is that?
Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Wow, a bobcat. Oh, man. RIP to that bobcat.
This is what we have here in North Carolina. Bobcat.
It looks like at least they tried to stop. You see some skid marks.
Poor Bob.
Yeah, that wasn't good enough.
Poor Bob. Oh, real quick, we got a super chat. It's Mike Suarez in the house,
Hey,
man.
Mike.
He's always hooking us
He's
up.
balling.
Thank you, Mike Suarez. He gives us the whatever this is, the hang loose.
The hang
Is this
loose.
the hang loose?
Cowabunga, dude? I don't
Cowabunga.
know.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. You're the man.
And speaking of wildlife,
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of wildlife this weekend too.
What did you see?
So we got a little clip of
what?
the
Let's see.
snake that I ran into up in
let's
my buddy's property. Yeah, is a rattlesnake. Thing was not happy.
It's your trail, buddy. You can have it.
That's me.
Oh no.
Get back in.
And I'm
What were you guys doing?
we were just out cruising around. My friends got some property up in Napa. We're cruising around in an ATV.
So you guys just like drinking wine while you're on an ATV, and
we're
then
just cruising around. The drinking wine came later, but
Okay.
But yeah, I saw this guy. I got out of the ATV to take take some pictures of it, and then you can hear me sort of nudging my 3-year-old son, saying, get back to the car, nudging him back in there.
he's trying to go make it a
Yeah,
pet.
but I've seen a lot of rattlesnakes. I've never seen one rattling like that. I mean, like
yeah.
beginning to end, he was just like angry.
He's really angry. He's probably just too hot.
It's his
out
trail,
there.
Yeah,
it's his trail.
He's not used to seeing
just
people.
hanging out. Yeah.
Unlike that bobcat John Richardson scene. He was moving.
Yeah.
This animal was moving.
Who wins, rattlesnake versus bobcat?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I would see the cat, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop it. It'll pop it. And then that rattlesnake, I don't know how it's going to eat a bobcat.
Yeah.
Have to be a big one. That little guy probably not going to eat him. Anyway. Next up, Johnny Nedregard from Älesund, Norway, posting the E11 prototype testing. So I want to see the scooter. If there's a prototype scooter, definitely want to check it out. And he's got the Relive, I think, right? In the picture-in-picture.
You know what? I like this. If you send us a Relive app, try to.
Yeah, it's better to have the Relive small, and then the video of you riding big, because like Relive is cool, but seeing you is cooler.
Cool,
Nice.
nice. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Wrong Adam Maliki.
Wrong
he posted
Way.
a super video of his super quick
This one's
EUC. Watch Chuck, you can
this.
read this quote.
Okay, I'll read it. Well, watch that.
Oh,
That's not
Hey,
camera tricks,
run that
ladies
back,
and
Richie?
gentlemen.
Is it gonna run back?
No, it's a
Oh, let
loop.
me
It'll
see.
loop. He says so this is his
Crazy.
quote for the show. So I got my EX.N from at my eWheel, and oh my FG, this is a beast. This.
Whoa,
is what he wrote.
Hey, he was out. He hit the little
If he
Naruto
says,
run.
If
the
he
little
says that,
anime run.
he's got he knows what's up, and so if he's saying this, then that must be it's pretty beastly one wheel. So
Yeah, that thing was moving.
yeah.
All right. In addition to Scooter Ride Sundays, we have Mod Saturdays. My favorite part of the show is people show their upgrades, their mods, their accessories. I can't do nothing, so I love seeing this part. So first up, we have Aldrin Olea, and they posted this and said E10 2021 PPLS Abu Dhabi.
What's on there? What's on that scooter? Like, what's the design?
I'm guessing the plates. Big
It's
dog.
it's red, white, and blue, but I can't see it from this far away. I like the music though. It's a great song. Okay, next, John Richardson shared this collage of, quote, dressing the Dualtron X2 with reflective rim trimmings.
Okay.
Super troned out, and pretty, yeah. I mean, anything that make you be seen more at night, awesome.
Nice. Next up, we have Joe Galka. He posted IP NYC style. So he wrapped it deli style, NYC deli style. So if you can see, it's saran wrap sub.
Saran wrap.
Pressed down on the scooter.
Wrapped up like a sandwich.
This is a FLJ scooter.
You just have to remember to unwrap it when you get it home if you get it wet, because otherwise the water's just going to stay in there forever.
Yep. And it'll get all pruny.
Yeah. It's the worst when your scooter prunes up.
Yeah, nobody wants that. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on
what
here.
you guys are saying. So next up, we have Safety Gear Wednesday. You know, we like to see your gear, like to see you safe. So first up, we have Nick Clark, and he posted, here's mine, and this is a full set of safety gear. And Paul, how do you feel about that?
That's pretty good stuff. Yeah, I like it. I don't see the boots, but some good stuff.
He's got like the shin guards, like a soccer player, or
and
like MMA kicking style.
He's got the gloves. It's just missing one finger sticking out.
He has the full Judge Dredd.
Yeah, it's
going on.
He's pretty fly. All right, I'm next. Sander Van Donink posted, maybe I will add a motorcycle jacket in the future, but this is the gear. So, helmet, gloves, goggles, knee pads, elbow pads, hey, stay safe. Stay safe. I can tell that's a fast scooter out there.
So next up, Hansel A. Varus Jr. posted, hey, fellas, this is my gear. And look, you can see a little Terminator on his helmet.
Yeah, I like that. I like it.
I like orange.
What's your favorite Terminator movie, guys?
T2. Was there any other? What are you going to say?
Well, one's okay, but 2 is favorite for me.
Yeah, I don't. It's been so long since I've seen them.
Yeah, they came out a long time ago. That T2 though, that was a groundbreaking movie.
Yeah. Sure.
Next, just a photo real quick from Kaabo, Philippines is definitely they're a safety-minded leader in the scooter industry, and they're showing this image of how to ride safe during COVID times. And they said, quote, by wearing the right safety gear, there's no such thing as over-preparation. Make sure you have the following safety gear: ride and stay safe. Kaabo Corads.
I love the message there. I think the one thing I would add, though, is they point to proper shoes, and it's tennis shoes. I mean, they'll just be shoes. But
how about any shoes? Yeah. How about just not sandals?
But I really like having like leather covering my ankles, because if you fall off, this is from motorcycle riding. If you fall off and you slide, that ankle bone can get a little scuffed up. So it's good to have your ankles covered.
Yep. No, for sure. When I've fallen, recently, I definitely, I remember my feet were actually, because sometimes you can, fall and, run it off if you're, I had a scooter fold on me. I ran that off, but, it was just my feet, the part that got actually injured, and I got bruises on my feet because I was not wearing nice, thick hiking boots like you wear.
Okay, next up, Zero to Epic. Alex Simon, he posted, his sponsors.
Who's going on the trip pretty soon. If you don't know who he is, you should know who he is. He's going on a trip across the whole United States. He's got some awesome scooters, and this is
Yeah, you can see his sponsors. I see Armadillos on there.
Mm-hmm. He's got Voro on there, Fluid on there,
Who's on the cheeks?
Apollo on there. I can't see this far. Fox, I think. Is that a fox on his leg?
It's so much more useful real estate.
I can see you right there, Chuck Temple. I see it.
Chuck's way up near
David,
the top.
I see you on there.
Yeah, David's on there.
Vosk.
I remember on Facebook, there was a bunch of posts, people trying to get on his butt.
Got to get the
but
chicks.
That's why you got to get on Facebook for the good conversation. All right. So anyway, he'll be on the show soon, Alex. We'll work kind of closely with him, just kind of following along his trip and, supporting him. So, please check out Zero to Epic, Facebook and website, and you can donate and you can get on his butt too. Commute Thursday.
Commute Thursday. So, we like to see your commute. And first up, we got a YouTube video actually from Marcos Rodriguez, and he posted on Facebook. And he also on YouTube, Team ECS.
East Coast Scooters.
Check this out.
He's flying.
Yeah, they're pretty. I think they're pretty deep too.
New York, man.
It says over 50
New York.
PEVs. Yep.
This is New York. Yeah. Where are the other ones? I see one.
I think they're coming.
They're coming. Okay.
There should be a gang of them. Yeah, this video's not getting monetized at all. So much great music.
All right. Let's see here. Next up, we've got Zoltan Szabo posting this relive video of his ride in Vienna. How dare you? How dare you? All right, 19 miles, 3 hours, 45-minute ride. He must have stopped because it was a 5 mile per hour average speed, but 32 miles per hour top speed. So, the best rides are the ones where you can stop off, have lunch, get a drink, do something fun, go back home. I mean, that's a good day. That's a real good day. The other day, actually, Vienna and I took the Roadrunner home, and Vienna likes it a lot. I don't put her on any scooters that are too fast, but that one, that throttle, I mean, we have a video coming out, but that throttle is so smooth. And she's riding in those big tires. I didn't yell at her too loud for taking the hand off the handlebars once. I know you would have, Paul. Yeah. But she liked it. She's like, hey, look at that garden over there, and like, look at their lawn, and all these things. So it's cool.
And people notice that thing, that the Roadrunner. We've got I don't know if the audience might know. We've got a prototype pre-production Roadrunner from Foro right now. We're really enjoying riding it around, and it's like it gets noticed. And we had it show up in there was like a half a second of it in a clip that we posted the other day of us riding another prototype, the Phantom Ludo prototype, and people are like, "Oh, cameo!" They spotted the Roadrunner in the clip.
Oh, that's right. Oh, on the flyby on
Instagram.
Yeah. On Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's why you got to get on the Instagram. You can see all the
follow our social
crazy
networks,
stuff that we're riding.
Facebook.
Because we can't. It's like takes a long time to release stuff, right? It's like we gotta, we film and we scripted stuff out and the notes and the whole process. But Instagram, you just pull out your phone. That's why. Yeah. That's why Instagram is popular.
All right. Yep. Okay. Last but not least, we have Benji Leonis. He shared his ride around Metro Manila. Let's see. Can I see? 28 mile, 3.5 hour ride. The average speed was 8 miles per hour.
A lot of good photos though along the way. These are great. If I could just for a day that I'm not working and just take a scooter and just go ride around and go look at stuff. It's just you never see stuff in a car. Yeah. You see stuff on a scooter. This
is true.
This is true. All right. David Voss also posted a couple of interesting Facebook polls in the last week. Number one is the average age of the scooter owners that are in the Facebook group. And actually, the average age was actually 35 to 40. And then there's actually, a lot of folks that are older than you'd think. You think that scooting is a young man's game, but it's not. It's actually people that are my age, apparently, and Paul's age, and Ramir's age, and you do get younger folks, but actually, if you look at people up to 18, or even up 20 to 25, was only 4.9%. So most of them are older than 25.
Yeah, they just when you're older, you have more money, so we can spend more money on scooters.
That's it.
I thought it was kind of funny in a couple of the owner's manuals. They'll give an age range, right? It's like with toys, anything else. You have a minimum age range, but several of them will list a maximum age.
What do they say?
We recommend this for people 18 to 60 or 18. Oh, I think one was 55. I'm like, oh man, I don't have that much time left.
Oh no. Well,
I'll have to find it.
Crazy.
I'll find that.
That's crazy. All right. One other poll he did was how often do you charge your scooter? This poll received. So the first one, believe it or not, 655 people responded. The second one, 279 people responded. And there's the results. 55 people said after every ride. I know that the battery conservation folks are gonna not love that, but I'm in that camp. I kind of charge not every day, but almost every day because I actually want the full voltage. I want the fastest speed I can every time I ride. What about you guys?
I try to remember to charge it every time. I've got one at home. I just take it out with the kids. I don't ride that far ever, so I get about 3 rides out of every charge on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't charge that much unless I have to. I think one time when I had the booster rev, I charged after every ride.
Oh yeah, you got to.
I couldn't go to the store without doing it.
Yeah, it depends on the scooter. It definitely. If I'm riding something that's got a 30 miles of range, I might do it every other day. Because it won't matter that much. Anything like that. Okay. ESG updates. So we're getting close to the deep dive here, folks. So ESG updates. So we have the Apollo Phantom web review already out. So I know we're getting, a lot of people in the comments are always asking, like, when is the Phantom review coming out? We were not able to get it out like as quickly as we wanted. We were waiting for prototype Ludo to get that so we can get some more data on it before we release the video. Because once you release the video, it's like it's kind of done. You don't really get to change it. So we have that is coming. I believe it'll be Thursday morning because we have the Ludo. We got the tested data. So look out for that review this Thursday morning probably. Let's see. Then we have a technical guide for the E3 whatever throttle. It's that Mini Motors one. So we're doing a lot of technical stuff there on the website. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out. Let us know what you think. Also, we've already launched, but we kind of changed the name of the ESG forums. We're just always working on that. It's been up for many, many months now, but you can there's a lot of fun stuff if you go into that. But some of the things you can do if you go, well, here's how to get to it. If you go on our website, you can actually go to the discussions link at the very top there. That'll take you to the forum. You can use either Facebook or Google or none of the above to log in, so to make it easy for you. And then you can start a discussion, chat about stuff. We have 2 special sections. One is ask an expert, and typically like Justin or Paul or myself are handling those for the most part, I think. And then also there's a special section where you can actually buy and sell scooters on that, just like a place where it's kind of for that. And I think the difference between that and like Facebook is that like Facebook stuff kind of goes away. There, you kind of keep this kind of hierarchy of like data and information is quite valuable. If you want, also, we are having an after party from the live show, and there's if we can get a QR code on the screen. After the live show today, to talk about the top 12 scooters, there's already a post made. If you want to, click that thing, it'll take you right to that post on the forum, and I'll be hanging out there. I think other people will be too.
And if you get in now, there aren't that many people on the forum. You will be you'll be a future OG, because if you click on Justin's name, you'll see he's been in there since October or so.
Yeah.
So he's like the OOG. But anyway, get in the forum now, and you'll be like one of the originals.
That's true. Okay. Let's see. Coming up next, so the top 12 electric scooters that we're talking about today, the full video is going to be released tomorrow morning, most likely. We have the EMOVE Roadrunner video, which is a kind of like a first look at the EMOVE Roadrunner. It's a prototype. The video and that'll be released Saturday. And the blog post, I think, may already be out. I'm not sure.
It should be the same day, I think.
Same day. And then of course, the Phantom we already talked about, right? Did I mention the Phantom?
No.
Yeah, the Phantom review is coming out. Oh, no, I did. Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that. And then next week we have a really cool kind of thing going on is the scooter crossing guys that went across the country already. They're like 3 guys, I think, in their late teens or early 20s. They crossed the whole United States on Segway Ninebot Maxes, I think a year or 2 ago. They made they were on our show. Like randomly, I found them on a news thing. I think we contacted them. They came on the show a long time ago. They made a documentary, and then we talked about like working with them to help release it to like a larger audience. And they chose us to release this to our audience. So we're going to kind of make that our thing next week. They're going to be on the show, and then we're going to do a premiere with them of their 1-hour documentary on right after the live show next week. So next week is going to be awesome. It's like the first electric scooter documentary ever, and it's fun. I actually watched like a preview version of it, and with my wife, with Vienna. And it actually was like really good. Like she's not like a scooter crazy person like I am, and she watched all of it. She didn't like go on her. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We have a trailer of the scooter crossing documentary. So let's go ahead and play that. A minute 30-second like preview on Reddit, and it got like 134 upvotes right now, and a ton of people.
Super chat.
Oh, did we get super chat? Where is it?
Oh,
there we go. Okay, hold on. Let me get the.
Wow, that's a good one.
Boom. All mics. All right. That's awesome. So, okay. I know it's YouTube is having buffering problems. We are full green right now. I mean, we do mess up sometimes. Our internet does. Today it's not us actually. It's not our internet. We're at full green, and so yeah, I don't know. So
when I've been monitoring it, and when I get that, I hit refresh and it pops right back. So maybe try refreshing if you're getting buffering.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pause my video I don't think it's not us because we've got our speed and we have OBS tells us if we have an issue. Anyway, sorry. I think that's just YouTube. I think that's just the way it is. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. I think people might be logging off, but just hit refresh. Oof. Geez, yeah. I mean, just hit refresh if you hear me right now. I don't really know what's going on with YouTube, but I mean, we can only control the stuff on our end, and our internet's good. I'm gonna double check with a quick speed test, but I mean, yeah. Nah, our internet's good here. It's unfortunately, so it's on them.
Yeah, it's
it's
streaming well on Facebook, so.
Yeah, just
our Facebook watchers.
Come back in. I'm sorry about that, but anyway, all right. So the top 12 electric scooters. If you're watching this post, just fast forward to this section, and we'll do the time code right here, so you don't have to listen to all that silliness. So this top 12 list, right? It was voted on by 2,381 real scooter owners. We collected people from all different social channels from all over the world, like literally. And so this was based on them owning the scooter themselves. They voted on these anywhere from 1 to 10. And so let's see here. If you have questions, we're going to go through 1 to 10 and 1 to 12, sorry. And if you have questions about any of these scooters, just hit @Electric Scooter Guide. And we will get to those questions at the end of the 12 scooters before moving on. So if I can get a quick drum roll, the number 12 highest rated electric scooter by you is the EMOVE Touring at, let's see here.
Score of 8.53.
Tell us about the scooter,
out of
Paul.
10. It's EMOVE Touring is this great sort of basic transportation. It's known for having a less expensive scooter. It's got a really high weight capacity, so it'll carry like 308 pounds, and it's just got a nice ride. I mean, it makes a nice noise when you hit the throttle. Not super fast, but it's just a nice solid scooter. Been around for a while. One of the things I like about it is you can get 3 different optional throttles for it. I mean, it comes with a trigger throttle, but you can also get a twist or a thumb. And I was riding around today with a thumb throttle on it, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ramir,
what do you think, man? Why do you think this got number 12?
Because it's amazing. I don't understand why I didn't rank higher.
I know you love this one.
We should get Ramir's video.
They should make a signature edition, like a Ramir signature edition.
Wow, that'd be great.
Ooh,
fun.
But yeah, what do you?
But the longest
deck,
the suspension is worldly. Like I think I've ridden a lot of scooters, and the suspension on the EMOVE Touring is still always top 3 for me. Always. Wow. And nice. Single motor, single is better. That's debatable. But if it's a single, the EMOVE Touring, I like it.
Yeah. Okay. I remember a long time ago when I was doing, office hours and all this stuff, and I'm trying to help people get the best scooter under $1,000, and it was a heavier person. And I didn't really 100%, I didn't use that scooter myself as a heavier bloke. Never said that word before in my life. And then David Voss is like, hey man, the carrying capacity, and then look at that front suspension. There's really nothing like it under $1,000. I'm like, David, you got a point. This is before David became David. When he was just like, Voss. Yeah, before he became Voss, he was just David, and then just really chatting all the time with me, on the social media. Anyway, so best suspension under $1,000. I mean, I think that's a big one, right?
Yeah.
And then also the one thing that I think people really like about this scooter is that it has this weird. It's not weird. It's weird because the mixed tire configuration, the pneumatic front, solid rear, which I call the mixed. I know it's probably the wrong should call it something else. But that is only on scooters in this price range, which is just weird. Yeah. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So it's low maintenance because I think we did surveys. I think it was like 94 or 96% of all flats go onto the rear tire. So that's why I got. I mean, I think it's a great scooter.
It's also the second lightest scooter on the list. The lightest being the Unagi. Oh, shoot, I just gave one away.
Wow.
Wait, where's my sound effect?
Where's it at?
I forgot they don't have the list.
That's all right. Well, they don't know what number it got,
All right.
So let's go for number 11 is the Segway Ninebot Max. Paul, tell us about this scooter.
Well, this scooter just ends up on every list because it's it's just a really good scooter.
It is.
It's reliable as a hammer.
Well, what rating did it
over
get?
And over again. What did we get? 8.61. It's the least expensive scooter on the list. And to me, one of the more outstanding features, other than being really reliable, is that this thing will outstop the Wolf Warrior. I mean, it has really good brakes, but it's brakes my mom can pull off really good short stopping with this thing. It's not hard to stop really well. It stops with no drama.
Yeah. Ramir, what's your take?
Not surprised.
Why do you think they got number 11?
This is one of the most popular scooters in the world. It's not like Paul said, it's on every list. People talk about it. It's always people's mostly recommended entry scooter. Like if somebody's getting into scooters, what scooter should I get? I want to go faster than sharing scooters. What can I do? And people hey, you know what? The Segway Ninebot Max is the one. So I'm not surprised it's on the list.
Yeah,
it's it was my first scooter.
That's right, and I think I think it's actually a great when people ask what's the best first scooter, right? I'm not going to recommend a dual motor scooter for most people as a tryout type of scooter. If they want something that's like you said, faster than the basic, it's kind of the next step up, and it's where I think the majority of the market is. That's why it's such a popular scooter, and unlike other popular scooters, this one is actually really, really good. It's not bad in any way. It lasts forever. You can see those guys on their documentary. They rode those things across the whole U.S. They were getting nails going through it and everything else, as you saw. And it handles it. We'll ask them next week how it did. But anyway, it's boring, it's reliable, but it's ultra popular because it just works. It just it gets from A to B, and it's got long range, and it's got a ton of awesome features. And it's going to be on our documentary next week. So it's number 11.
I was just picturing that summary being on the back of the book cover. It's boring, reliable, and it's ultra popular because it works.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I mean, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Anyway, if you look at the screen, the QR code is going to send you either to our review or a purchase link. I'm not sure, one or the other.
I think it's purchase link.
Purchase link. So if you're interested in the scooter, just, take a picture of us. All right, moving on to number 10. It's the WideWheel Pro. All right, so the WideWheel Pro makes another appearance this year. Paul, tell us the score and about the scooter.
Its score is 8.66, and it's just weird. That's all I have to say about the Mercane WideWheel Pro. No, it's a weird. I have mixed feelings about this scooter because performance per dollar, it's pretty amazing for it. It's a great value for a dual motor scooter, but the handling's weird. So if you're used to motorcycles and and going fast on bicycles and things, it takes a little getting used to.
That flat tire.
Tire.
The tires are so flat that turning takes practice. It's not bad once you get used to it. You just I don't know. It's people say you need to lean a lot and.
Maybe I just never got used to it, but it's a neat looking scooter though. It's very unique. I love the fact that it looks like absolutely nothing else.
That's true.
So that's kind of a good thing.
Ramir, why do you think you got number 10?
That last point that Paul just said, it looks like nothing else. Mm-hmm. It has a cult-like following. People who have the scooter, they love it, so they recommend it to other people to get the scooter. So then that community of WideWheel Pro grows, and also it's a dual motor scooter as well. It's fast. When I first seen it, I liked how it looked. I didn't, when I got on it, I kind of felt a little bit different, but it's, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you love it or you hate it, I feel like. So there's Facebook groups where they're extremely active. It's where I did a lot of my research before we released that review a year or so ago. They're on their third iteration. So there were some issues with earlier on wide wheels where stems were cracking and snapping, whatever. They fixed all that. It's actually really solidly built now. They have a screen that actually has information on it rather than just dots. So it's come a long way, but I think that the real appeal of the scooter for me is that at the price that it's at, $1,200, $1,100, somewhere in that range, you don't really get anything faster at that range. And I remember when I was first starting the whole electric scooter thing, I had that scooter. We took it on the road trip, and maybe before the road trip, I remember I'd be stressed out. I'd be working, this and that, and I just needed I needed to get some air. And I remember, what scooter should I take? I would take that scooter and I would ride it up the Berkeley Hills, which is pretty steep in a lot of places. And I would just shoot around these corners. And it was quite a nice stress reliever and maybe part of that is the fact that it turns differently. I don't know if it's I don't always recommend it as a commuter scooter, but people commute on it, right? Especially if you go straight, it's great. And for solid tires, they're probably the best solid tires that you could ever get. If you push on those things, it's like you can depress those tires. It's like made out of this weird foam stuff. Again, unlike any other scooter, and it looks like a Batmobile. So there you have it. The people voted. That's number 10. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is the Kaabo
Mantis Pro.
There you go. Tell us about the scooter, Paul.
We're breaking into the 9s now. We're at 9.03 score.
Okay.
And
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Okay.
It's got, Mantis Pro it's got full hydraulic brakes. It's probably one of the less, actually, I think it's the least expensive, Pro 10-inch scooter that you can get. And, great value and, really nice top-end features. And now, these days, you're really solid stem. So,
yeah,
just all around great dual motor scooter.
Ramir, why do you think this got number 9? 9 breaks the 9.
9 breaks the 9.
Broke the 9. There he goes.
I'm trying to think. It's a lot of reasons. Speed. It's one of my top dual motor scooters. I've said that many times on the show. I'm surprised that Mantis. Well, I guess I don't want to be like Paul and spoil anything, but I can see this ranking real high. And now that they fixed the stem issue, it's one of the top tier scooters in the world right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's probably why.
I think it's got Chuck's least favorite grip. So.
It does. That's true. The stock grips, I'll say it. Those foam grips, they rotate, and for my hand, it cramps my hand instantly. But when I put on different grips, which takes me all of 2 minutes to swap those out, no problem. I don't love the first grips. I think that the scooter is the Mantis name, right, is known worldwide. That and the Wolf, right, as some of the most popular scooters, and I'm not talking about US, I'm not talking about, Italy, UAE, I'm talking about everywhere in the world. Kaabo is everywhere. There's a Chinese company, but they have an amazing following, and they've really worked on this scooter to fix that stem issue. Now, for a collar style stem, it is as good as any collar style stem. I mean, it really is basically virtually rock. I don't know if any of ours have any wobble still. Mm-hmm. And as far as nimbleness, I think it's extremely nimble. And then I think the other thing that kind of proved it is the other day we had Chris and Christina here on our kind of Scooter Hunters Live. He rode 12 different scooters. That's the one he chose, and it fit him really well. It goes far, it goes fast, it's solid, it has a good reputation. It's been around a long time, which also appeals to a lot of people. So I am not surprised it's number 9. I'm surprised it's not higher than number 9. All right, moving on to number 8. In number 8th place is the Apollo City. Yeah. Paul, tell us about the Apollo City.
So the Apollo City, we're in at 9.13 is the score with this one, and it's kind of similar to the Touring. It has that it's a Titan variant. But it's got a lot more top speed and a lot more brakes. Goes 28 miles an hour, which is is really fast for for a small scooter, and really decent brakes stopping at just 12 feet.
dual mechanical brakes. It's one of the first.
That's right. As we go up,
as you go up the price
list,
and the weight range, right? It's one of the very few scooters that at that level that have dual mechanical brakes.
And I think every fourth scooter, we should probably remind people is so this list is from votes from riders and owners of scooters, and we didn't pick the order that these scooters are going in.
The other thing is that the survey, we sat on this thing for probably too long, but it's probably been over for a few months already. I mean, at least the majority of the votes came in a few months ago when we were promoting it a lot more, and so newer scooters, right, won't appear, right? So the newest scooters that we're probably talking about, over the last month, 2 months, whatever, those aren't in there because there's not either. If anybody has it, there's not enough votes for it to make the list, and so anyway.
Can't have an owner's scooter owner's survey if there aren't any owners.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Ramir, why do you think the Apollo City? I know it's probably too small for you, but I don't know if you.
It looks nice. It looks nice. Apollo's a popular brand. People have this scooter. They love this scooter. Yep. That's why it's on the list.
There you go. Boom. I think, for me, right, this scooter fills this crazy gap, right, for people. And I've always said this, for me, and I don't know, 165-ish. I don't really want a scooter that's over 40 pounds if I have to bring it upstairs and carry it every single day. And if you're looking at that weight of 40 pounds, this is at the very, very highest level of amount of total features, including speed, including range, including, the tire type, dual pneumatic, right? You move away from that solid rear tire, right? Which the Apollo Light has, right? And you're moving up to dual pneumatic. You're also moving up to that dual mechanical disc brake. Again, it's I remember when I was younger, I used to save up my money and buy the newest computer processor, right? And I'd always kind of look, okay, what performance does this have? And then I look at the price and I try to find that sweet spot, right? Where, you get a lot more performance and then there's that big jump where it never makes sense for you to buy that particular processor, especially if you're me and you're 16 years old or whatever. Anyway, I hope that analogy makes sense. The basically what I'm trying to say is the scooter has a gajillion features for the price and for the weight, and then not the least, and I want to mention one more feature that really for me crushes, and that is the stem and deck lighting. When you have stem and deck lighting and you ride and you commute in the dark, it is a godsend to have that people be able to see you, especially in Berkeley, Albany, where street lights are basically junk. And you just want to feel safe. So we always encourage manufacturers and to make stuff with more embedded lighting. Okay, that's number 8. Let's move on to number 7. Kaabo Mantis Base. The Kaabo shows up twice on the list. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about the Kaabo Mantis Base model?
Yes. Yeah. So coming in at a score of 9.16, it is currently sold out. But the link actually takes you to. It's the same link for both scooters, and so the Pro is currently available. This one also took number 1 on my list, or not my list, but the list where the database list that we put together that's on our website right now, and where we compared all sorts of different metrics for best range per dollar, speed per dollar, all those sorts of things. And this came out as the number 1 sort of value, do everything all around dual motor scooter, and it's got 29.1 miles of range, and all those wonderful things. And grips were the only negative I've got.
Yeah,
to say about this one. We already covered that.
It is the same. Yeah, Ramir, why do you think it got number 7?
It's same thing we just said about the Mantis Pro. The Mantis. It's nice, and the price is better too as well. So let's not forget about that. If you want trying to save some money, the Mantis Base is a great entry point for dual motor.
It's crazy that people are voting. This scooter. I mean, the owners of this scooter like it better, and probably even though it has a little bit less top speed, a little bit less power, right, and maybe a hair less range. I think a hair. The price is so much less, and you're not getting that much less of a scooter. So you're not getting the hydraulic brakes and a little bit of speed. But honestly, most people out there are still, I don't know why, on their first dual motor scooter. This is just a stupid joke. Anyway, and when you're on a dual motor scooter, the difference between that and anything single motor is so great. And the difference between the Kaabo Mantis Pro and base in terms of speed it's something, but it's not that much. And then you take this massive price difference, and I have no, like, I actually think that even last year's survey, if I remember right, the survey results last year had the base above the Pro again, even though it's obviously less feature-packed scooter. The weight is close to the same, so there's no reason why it should actually rank higher than the Pro, except that the owners are just happier that they didn't spend as much. Right? I mean, what else could it be?
Yeah, that's an unusual outcome because, in general, when we look at our survey results, the spendier scooters tend to, there's more satisfaction there.
Absolutely. 60-something scooters now. This is the longest range electric scooter ever tested. And I if someone thinks there's a further one, like, send it to us and we will, we'll get on that thing and we'll go on the same loop that we go on for every other scooter, and we'll let you know what it actually gets. I think the feature set, right? Semi-hydraulic brakes, right? The turn signals, the super giant deck, it just has this like crazy feature package kind of deal here. And for a single motor scooter to come in all those colors and have the kind of customer service, Voro Motors is now getting known really, really highly now for their customer service. I'm hearing it over and over in the kind of social circles. It definitely deserves a high spot on the list. Okay, moving on. Number 5, Apollo Pro. Got number 5. Paul, tell us a little bit about this scooter.
All right, coming in with a score of 9.2, the Apollo Pro is actually is a scooter on its way out. It's being phased out by Apollo and replaced by the Apollo Phantom. I actually rode them back to back today, and including like the Phantom Ludo, Phantom 52 volt, and then the Apollo Pro. And it's like it was a great scooter, but the Phantom does it better. It's just a more solid, better feeling, more well-rounded sort of ride. The Pro just feels a little looser altogether. It's like if you're going from hard throttle to hard brakes, the Phantom just does it way better, I think. And it's people may not know, we actually, every single scooter on this list is here in the building, and I rode actually most of them this afternoon to kind of get it refreshed before the show, and so it's kind of fun being able to go down the list and just like pull out every single scooter.
Nice. Yeah. Ramir, what do you think about the Apollo Pro? Why do you think it got number 5?
It's because of our review was so great. I'm just joking, but it's it's a nice scooter. It's fast. It's zippy. It's crazy. This is up there when you want to get into like super beast mode scooters. This is the one people get. And if you were lucky enough to get the Ludo version, even more. And all Apollo Pros are just zippy, zoop zoop zoop. Suspension, nice, boing, boing, boing.
Yep.
Stop, skirt.
It's got everything.
You get to write all the reviews from now on, Ramir. That was fantastic.
I like it, man. I like it.
We should do it. Skeet.
I like it. Yeah. So I don't have too much else to say. Like we know the Phantom is replacing the Pro. The Pro was really like neck and neck, right, with like the Mantis as like similar price points, but different rides. And for me, the Apollo Pro actually is a little more, stable than the Mantis. Mantis a little more nimble than the Apollo Pro. And I think that the people that have ridden both tend to agree with that. Not that I take my hands off either one. And we can't say that enough. But it's always in that battle, and that 60 volt, right? Even not the Ludo, but the 60 volt Apollo Pro was tied or one of the fastest scooters like off the line to 15, 20 miles an hour. It's ridiculously fast, well made, well built. It's got what you need. Anyway, just solid dual motor. Yeah. Okay, moving on. And, again, for the lag. Unfortunately, I don't, it's not, like, we got 0 drop frames on our end. So, again, I apologize. Nothing we can really do, I don't believe, about the stream. Maybe.
Go to Facebook.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll go to, like, the extra slow latency or something like that. What's on normal? No, the normal is the low. Anyway. Whatever, let's move on to, I think we're on number 4?
Yep.
Number Number 4 is the Apollo Explorer. I think I took that photo.
And this one
I'm
rhymes.
really proud of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paul, tell us a little about the scooter.
All right, so we're 9.32 a score for the Apollo Explorer. I wrote this one today, and it was interesting. This is like it's like the first single motor scooter that to me kind of can hang with the dual motor scooters. Kind of. I mean, it's just I've been riding a lot of dual motor scooters lately, and then I rode a bunch of the smaller single motor scooters today. I was like, yeah, these are okay, but I got on the Explorer, and I was like, yeah, no, this is good. It's like it
Solid.
It feels solid. It doesn't feel like sort of disappointing coming off. And keep in mind, I'm coming off like the Phantom Ludo and the Phantom 52 volt, and this one just felt solid and good. And it was also rated it's our best. I consider it our best single motor, kind of all arounder for value, range, speed.
Yeah,
and it is starting.
You called it a value juggernaut.
Yeah, and although it's starting to feel just a little dated. I mean, it's as with many of the Titan variants, newer things are coming along, and it just visually isn't as fresh looking as some.
Except
of
for
the
that
scooters.
deck. I like the deck.
Yeah, it's
But,
true.
but yeah. Ramir,
Well,
I know how you feel about the scooter, but tell the people.
Last year in March, I had this great campaign, and I did like some real deep, investigating on what scooter was best single motor for big dogs. And I tried out a whole bunch of scooters, and I tried out the Apollo Explorer last, actually. And when I got on it, it changed a lot of things for me. Like it was everything that a single motor shouldn't be. Like it was stable, the suspension was great, and the acceleration with the single motor was make it different. Like I agree with Paul. Like they can kind of keep up. This and probably like the Mantis 8 non-dual motor is the only single motor scooters that I would get. Besides the Touring, but yeah, it just it feels nice. The braking, like it feels stable and it's safe. Like when I first took it, I was going down like a steep hill, I don't know how steep was the hill. It was more than our greatest of our tests.
Wow. Okay.
But I was going fast because I felt safe with the brakes and the suspension and everything. And, for the big roofs, it's number 1. Go watch that video.
Dual 10-inch disc, right? So 10-inch tires, dual disc brakes, I believe, on that scooter. Giant deck.
Yeah.
Solid build. It
looks nice too. Like I think the blue that deck
I think they had like an artist or something
Those are the type of shirts I like
in
to wear.
Montreal or something. I remember I thought in the review, or at least when I was talking to them getting ready for the review, they mentioned something about they had an artist or someone design that deck, and it's functional and it looks good, which is like you don't find that in decks on scooters that much, right? You get like the OXO decks, which look awesome, but like hard plastic, no good, right?
Yeah, but you know what? One thing that Paul said is it's not getting dated, but I'm looking forward to an upgrade, like the new single motor.
There are rumors.
Explorer.
Yeah. I think. Well, anyway, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think 2021 is going to be a big year for electric scooters. Like a lot of stuff's coming out, and yeah. All right, moving on to number 3. Fluid Freeride Horizon makes an appearance on the list. Paul, tell us a little bit about this scooter.
All right, we're getting into the podium finishers now. So this would be the bronze medalist with a score of 9.4. And this one is just like value. I mean, this is for the dollar. For the dollars, you're getting 26 miles range.
Crazy range.
It's a 40-pound scooter, and so it's got the best ratio of sort of miles per pounds of scooter that you'd have to carry around. And so really awesome on the range and performance per dollar, except for braking. Braking is like the 4th worst braking of any scooter we've ever tested at 23 feet from stopping from 15. That's because of that solid rear tire and just a single brake.
Yeah.
But yeah, value is just a famous value for this scooter, and also defies that whole thing of the less expensive scooters scoring high satisfaction. That's not common. So to do that is a real achievement.
That is interesting. Ramir, why do you think this got such a high ranking?
Man, everything Paul said is accurate. I think, for the price and what it offers, it's, it's something that most people should want to, get and look into when they get new scooters. Like it was on the list last year, and I was like kind of surprised because when I first seen it, I was like, but then I got on it and I'm like, okay, I see how people can like this. Yeah. This is pretty nice, and it's popular. People love it. It's number 3. Yeah. I think last year was number 8 maybe.
I don't remember.
It was lower.
I think there's just so many happy customers with this scooter because, they're buying this at $750, $800, whatever price it is. I don't know. There's a couple variants. And, you're really in like that Segway Ninebot or kind of like a higher end Xiaomi, design. And you're getting this like way better portability because it folds small. You're getting, less maintenance, right? When you get the Xiaomi tire change, they should make movies about that, right? Horror movies.
Yeah.
And so, you're getting this like low maintenance scooter because I think it's drum. Right, it's drum. Yeah, I think it's a single drum, which I know single brake, and they're not going to dual brake, but it's so like I guess it's a drawback. But then you get this like super low maintenance scooter that's super inexpensive. It goes forever. 26 miles is what we got to test it at, which is like it almost doesn't even make sense. I mean, for the back, I mean, it's like sometimes I just like wonder. I'm like, how did I get 26 miles out of this darn thing? It's the same loop I always go on. Was it?
And we definitely got some feedback about this. We have a list that we made based on some data and other things. This is again the list we're doing right now is counting down the top scooters voted by you or voted by owners of the scooters. I did my own list with a bunch of data, and this one did not make the list. And the feedback was there was a lot of it, and so we're pleased to. This one is definitely a favorite.
Well, it got a lot of votes too.
Yeah.
It got a lot of votes and it got a lot of extremely high votes. So it's just a scooter people love.
Are you surprised it's this high?
I mean,
we can save that for after.
I am only because it's like you would expect these, the Dualtrons and the, these high end scooters to be up there. I mean, I know it's a good scooter. I just didn't know that many people have it and that many people, voted it higher than like an Apollo Pro, the Mantis, like that is surprising. But when you go for like functionality and say I'm trying to find a scooter that's just going to always work, right? And I think I don't know, I had my fourth tire change on the OXO recently. When you have a scooter that just works, that you don't have, I'm not doing I pull that thing in and I asked Paul very nicely. And this last time I'm like, Paul, I don't even need to worry about the tire change. You don't have to do that kind of stuff on the Horizon nor the Touring, right? It's that mixed tire configuration that it's weird because there's also the Turbo Wheel Swift that has the same tire configuration, another Titan variant now, and so anyway, is cool. All right, I got the signal. We need to move on. Here we go. Number 2.
Do we?
Unagi Model One
coming in at the
Paul,
score
tell us about this.
9.55, and everybody's
9.5 type.
Yeah, so here we are. The Unagi. This is another scooter that didn't make my other list, but scores really, really well with owners. And so I went out and rode ours around today, and it's nice. I mean, it's a dual motor scooter. It has that dual motor scooter feel, and for its weight, it's super lightweight. It's the lightest scooter on this list. It's pretty sharp looking, and just light, and it has that like solid and right now sort of feeling that you get from a dual motor.
Ramir, why do you think this made number 2 on the list?
Maybe because Billie Eilish, he rides the
Is that what
scooter.
is that right?
Or maybe I don't, I'm thinking.
Have you ridden it much?
You know what? I have. Now, I can say, being a big dog, you can ride the Unagi Model One. It's it goes 20 miles per hour once you unlock it. We have a video on that. And, it gets up to speed, but, the tires and the non-suspension is not my favorite thing. But people, they have a lot of customers. They got a strong marketing campaign. People, you know what? If I got the scooter and it was like my only scooter and someone gave it to me, or if I buy it, it's not a bad scooter. Like it's, it's portable. Like it's one of the easiest folding scooters you can have. Like you can just press a button, it snaps down. You can pick it up 26 pounds probably. Mm-hmm. You can tuck it under your desk. It's somewhat stylish. Like, now I'm coming around to it. I've seen how it's getting up there, but it's stylish. It looks nice. The LCD screen is cool. The headlight is nice.
Yeah.
You know, I can.
My only issue with it is like you get a little bit like on really rough pavement, you get the little blurry vision a little bit. You know, when you get the because of the solid tires, but they actually have a pretty good grip for a solid tire. They have a kind of a nice feel. Like I was doing a little carving.
You can carve a little bit on those. Yeah. So I mean, my take on the Unagi, right, is the people that. So there's a different scooter for everyone, right? And the Unagi Model One is not going to fit the customer that's the Apollo Pro, the Mantis Pro, right? It's not the same customer. The Unagi Model One are for the people and that are going, a few miles a day and on decent terrain. So not like super rough roads, like, average to like good roads. For that, right, you've got under 30-pound scooter that's probably the quickest to fold and pick up. You've got, I think, the only true dual motor scooter that's under 30 pounds, I believe. And actually,
I think so.
Even under 40, I'm trying to think what is under 40 that's dual motor, because the wide wheel
wheel's heavy.
Is 40. Well,
it's
now it's heavier. It used to be 46, and now it's probably 56
like 50,
or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you get a true dual motor scooter with fast acceleration. It gets up to speed fast. The dual electronic brakes actually work better than you think, because it's a dual e-brake. It's not, single e-brake, I would poo-poo it. But with dual e-brakes, it actually works. It actually stops you quick. And then you got that, the back, the fender one if you need it for emergencies. The maintenance, again, we saw the Horizon make it to number 3. And maybe part of that is the fact that, like, part of what I like or don't like about a scooter is how much pain in the butt it causes me, because I do not want to be fixing my scooter. And so, having tires that are solid and brakes that don't wear out and, that type of stuff, you have all that low maintenance stuff on the Unagi. So for me, right, if I'm like, of course, when I'm going to Bushrod, I'm not taking the Unagi. But if I'm going to the dentist office, which is a mile away on a decent road, I need a scooter that I can quickly fold and pick up, because and it's perfect for that.
Something else that's kind of unique about the Unagi, depending on what city you live in, is you can sort of like lease one, which is you can do like the monthly thing. And the plus there, I mean, you're already not gonna have to change any tires because it's a solid tire scooter. But if you're somebody that just doesn't own tools and like never even wants to think about that, they do a rental deal where you just do it by the month, and it breaks, you just go, send me a new one, and they swap it out. So I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know if we know anybody who's actually doing it yet, but it's a new thing they're starting to do.
I know they just announced last week. I think they're adding 6 cities. We announced it on our news, I believe, last week, and San Francisco is one of those cities. And so for $39 or $49, whatever it is. To get, if you've never tried like a scooter before, to be able to like rent one for $39 or $49 rather than shelling out, $800, $1,000 plus for some of these other top scooters on the list, it's a compelling offer in terms of getting you into the market. And then that may be your first scooter. You may end up getting a bigger scooter for like longer rides later. But a lot of people are only going a half a mile to work. And instead of walking for 20 minutes, they can have an amazing time scooting with dual motors and get there in 3 minutes. I mean, there's a good case. All right, moving on. Are you ready for number 1, guys?
Yeah.
Let's do it. You know it. The people chose Kaabo Wolf Warrior 11 makes it number 1. And last year, I'm gonna just say this real quick. Last year, it actually tied for number 1. The reason why we put the Dualtron Thunder above the Wolf Warrior on last year's list is because it actually just had more votes. But the exact same score down to the however many decimal places it was. It had the same exact score. It's just the Thunder got more, and that's why the Kaabo took second last year. This year, Kaabo Wolf Warrior has just, it's just everybody's got one now. Yeah. Paul, what do you think about this scooter? What tell us about it?
Yeah, so it scored 9.62, and it's also, it was a multiple award winner. I mean, in the Scooties, it was also voted as the
baddest on the planet. I think best
beast or something.
Motor or something.
Yeah. And so just multiple award winning, fiercely loyal customer bases. We found out when we tried to make fun of it for not being very portable. Got lots of feedback for that.
Good luck.
That's right. It's one of my absolute favorite scooters because it's just so solid. I'm a motorcyclist, and it has that solid, just like motorcycle type suspension in that frame. And if I'm going to go fast and go fast especially if I'm going to go fast for a long time, it's like nothing beats it at high speed for stability. I just love it. That and the King, of course, which who knows? We'll see it maybe in here on the list next year. But for this year, people are voting for scooters they own, and that wasn't out
Wolf
yet.
Warrior wasn't out.
Or the Wolf King wasn't out yet. So
sorry.
So we got the Warrior, but great scooter. Yeah.
Ramir, why do you think it took number 1?
Because it should. It's a popular scooter, but enough about popularity. It's a nice scooter. The dual motor is nice. You can go on-road, off-road, depending on the tires. It's fast. The suspension is great. I don't know. I actually like the scooter because I don't want to hype it up too much, but I'm glad that they voted this one number 1 because, I'm the Wolf series is, Warrior, the King. To me, those are my it scooters. But it's a lot of reasons. What else can I say about it? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Bring it back to Chuck.
Go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say, so it's also one of the very most popular scooters for racing. You'll see in the Philippines, there's some really active racing going on. It's something I've been following quite a bit. And you'll see these and Wolf Kings out there racing, and some Dualtrons with the rubber suspension. And then one other detail is it's the least likely scooter to be welcome inside of a store or any other indoor place that you'd want to bring it. So that's, I guess, the
it's
minus.
huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Big.
But
Oh, what a rush!
Yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean,
That's
it's the one of, if not the depending on fastest, quickest to what speed. I mean, they're debatable with a couple other scooters, but I mean, the feature set when you're ready to basically have getting close to that car replacement style, right? You have the brightest front headlights ever stock. You've got amazing suspension, right? That makes the hydraulic brakes work so good, right? You go on the scooter at 35 and you feel like you're going 25, right? Or 20.
You don't feel the speed very much
You don't.
at all.
And then you got 11-inch tires, right? That you feel safe on.
Get the road tires though. Unless you really think you're going to go in the dirt, please get the road tires. It's so much better on the road.
Yeah, the
with road
knobbies
tires.
they
sound neat.
Yeah, I don't.
love 'em.
I mean, but some people are more they go.
Yeah, if you go to the dirt, by all
it's an
means.
off-roading scooter. They'll take those.
They'll
ones.
do both, but they just definitely don't do road as well as the road tires. That's
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just think the feature set, the reputation of the scooter for build quality, longevity, the amount of them that are out there, so there's a lot of people to help if something happens with it, but also the parts they're using and everything is it's all really well done. And this is why I reviewed this scooter so highly when I first got it, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I had ridden Dualtrons and whatnot. And there's some things about the scooter, and I'm actually happy that this had knocked off the Dualtrons of its era, because before Dualtrons you got these Dualtrons that are okay, they got the rubber suspension, this and that, but then they get these wobbly, stems, or you got to fix them up, and they don't have lights built in and things like that. And I'm like, well, this other scooter comes out of the box better than these other ones with a better stem, and you don't get that wobble going 40 miles an hour. That is a big deal. To be able to ride fast and to have it feel that solid. You need a solid scooter when you're going fast. It makes sense. So I'm happy that this scooter, got number 1. And let's see, let me just see if there were, I don't know if we have any, no questions, right?
I don't see none on the list.
Okay. I see a lot of people hitting add electric scooter guide. I don't know if there are questions or if anybody is, I think David Voss may be, I'm seeing some Walter Bell said the Cruiser didn't make the list. The Cruiser did make the list at number 6. So anyway, I won't go through all the comments.
What scooters did you think were going to make the list but didn't? Because this is Paul said, this is this is voted on by the people. They voted their scooters, so we just reading results. But what scooter did you think was going to make it that didn't make it?
I need to prepare for that more.
Boom.
Let me think.
Boom.
Well, I mean, the Mantis 8 is a favorite of mine, and that probably wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
Or if it was, not many people had it.
Yeah,
the OXO.
The Xiaomi.
The Xiaomi got just not it got a lot of votes. It didn't get the scores this year.
Yeah.
I think other scooters just beat it.
I think it's getting, people are less excited about it. It's getting older.
old.
They're harder to buy in the U.S.
They are. That's true too. And then when you do need a new tire, man, that may ruin it. Maybe all those people that liked it before had a flat tire and were like, I'm out of microwaves and jelly and I can't buy more tire irons or whatever those things are. And I don't
There's
know.
a video coming up of me changing tires on we're
Nice.
updating our Xiaomi
page. No Enokim's made the list. I think that's somewhat surprising, but I think that the specs per dollar are not really there with the Enokim, but the build quality's there. And the OXO series, it's like among my favorites. I'm not surprised it didn't make it. I mean, if I'm making my own list, it'd be on there. But I'm not surprised that like it didn't get voted. I don't think that many people outside of like certain countries really have bought the OXO. But also we had the Quick 4 now, which is good, but maybe a couple drawbacks. The Light 2, I think, is an amazing scooter that doesn't get enough.
Yeah, it's like nobody's heard of the Light 2. It's a cool little scooter.
It's like it's so hard to talk about what it does well, and then also the U scooters or E2W GT is actually another one that actually scored okay high. It didn't get a ton of votes, and then the scores weren't. It got close. They're good scores.
Yeah.
Not they didn't quite. They'd probably be like honorable mention.
Yeah. All right, who's going to be on the list next year?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I mean,
I think you're talking about making a list sooner before next year, right?
Well, so I think the list that we have that like Paul worked on will be updated like every quarter at least, because it's a bummer that we can't do this like big annual survey, because it says annual, so it's like really hard. It's like weird to like make it like 3 or 4 times a year. But I would say the scooters that will probably show up next year, I'm gonna say Roadrunner, I'm gonna say Ghost, I'm gonna say Phantom.
Yep.
I'm gonna say there's a Wolf X that's coming out that people are really hyped on.
And that would be curious.
The King will definitely make that list next year.
What about the Visets? Do you think any particular one of those?
Yeah, I think that the 10 Plus has a
maybe my
real
guess.
shot at it.
Yeah.
I've seen some other reviews on it. It looks good at speed. I'm curious to see how big that deck is, and see if it can be comfortable to ride, and see the quality of the display, see the quality of the handlebars, and just. Because we have a version of the VSET here actually.
Oh, the Splash?
Under another name,
Yeah.
And it's good. It's not going to make any lists, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But
and then we've got things that we know about that aren't here yet, like the Roadster, perhaps.
Yeah, I like
the mystery. I
scooter. Know. We don't. We're not. I don't know. Like, where is the scooter?
All we know is
all
what's
these
on
other
the
ones
website.
we're getting, and so.
What
do you think's gonna make it, Ramir, on the list?
The King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be on there. The Phantom, when people start riding that and get it. You guys list all the scooters already. I'm surprised that Dualtron or the Xiaomi wasn't on the list.
No Dualtrons made it. They just didn't have the votes.
And it's not us votes. This is just the votes.
No, they just I honestly like.
I think they just haven't been selling a ton of them in the U.S. in the last year. So I think the other scooters have had the growth.
I hear less about them.
Worldwide.
It's true. And people, I like follow, the Dualtron channels, and like I'm a huge fan, and like actually we're going to be getting them in. I mean, I know you love the Dualtron Eagle Pro, and we're going to be getting some new Dualtrons to like
can't wait.
really test them out and like see how they are stacking up against some of these other, big dual motor scooters. Like, and I'm pretty excited to be able to like we've ridden other ones for like a time, but there's nothing compared to having that scooter for a few weeks and have all of us riding it every day, and then just like talking about it for hours, comparing notes, just spending just spending time, just like really going seriously through everything on it. There's just no substitute for that. And for that, we need to kind of have that scooter here, like
in the library,
you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's great. All right. So moving on. Thank you for watching. We're going to move on to a quick commercial break, and then we'll get into the news. This is a commercial break sponsored by us at ESG. The new and improved Electric Scooter Guide website now includes an updated database which adds water resistance ratings and scooter dimensions, all sortable and filterable and available in metric and imperial. Updated performance data of over 40 top electric scooters, including range and acceleration. The results of the world's largest electric scooter survey, showing you the top 13 electric scooters as voted by actual riders. Extensive reviews of over 43 electric scooters. The world's largest collection of updated and exclusive coupon codes to save you some cash. A new group ride finder local to your area. Check it out at electric-scooter.guide. Da-da-da. All right, so real quick, I know it sounded like a lot of people were asking why the Cruiser didn't make the list. I think what happened was, this is not on us, this is YouTube. We love YouTube. Don't kick us off for like having the music playing or whatever. But let me quickly do just like the recap of the list. So number 12, EMOVE Touring. Number 11, Segway Ninebot Max. Number 10, again, this list was the voted on by the people. 0 votes from us. Number 11, Segway Ninebot Max. Number 10, Mercane WideWheel Pro. Number 9, Kaabo Mantis Pro. Number 8, Apollo City. Number 7, Kaabo Mantis Base Model. Number 6, EMOVE Cruiser. Number 5, Apollo Pro. Number 4, Apollo Explorer. Number 2, Fluid Freeride Horizon. Number 2, Unagi Model One. And number 1, Kaabo Wolf Warrior 11. If you guys catch the replay, if you're watching this on the replay, the buffering shouldn't, you'll get the whole thing. I don't know what's going on, but it's not us. Yeah, Facebook stream's going smooth. All right, Ramir, let's get in the news here.
Okay,
what's going on? What's going on this week?
Ben Fox, he had a special announcement for Alex Simon, Zero to Epic, and we're going to play that.
Alex Simon was on the Ben Fox live show, right? Promoting the scooter thing. Yes. And then this was a response to that, I think, to Alex.
Dude, how is the scooter fame treating you? Hope it hasn't gone to your head. Don't worry, it doesn't last. Dude, amazing mission, and you've inspired me. You've inspired me because I am going to do the same-ish. I've just finished a live video, and I've just announced that you have inspired me. And I'm going to go from Carlisle to Newcastle. Actually, that's not the exact route. Basically, the width of England on a scooter. How? I'm not entirely sure yet. But I just wanted to tell you that. It's Hadrian's Wall. Basically, the Roman wall that was built to keep the Scottish out is the border between Scotland and England. And because I live at the start of that, I'm going to scoot it. Thanks to you.
Yeah, good job, Alex.
So,
this is the summer of the summer of the scoot apparently, because everybody. I mean, like if Ben Fox is doing it, I would watch it. I mean,
so tune in next week. We have a cross country scooter ride. These guys are basically like the Ray J of cross country riding.
The scooter crossing guys.
Scooter crossing.
Yeah. So next week, next live show, scooter crossing documentary. The Ray J.
They did it first.
I think I know what you're referring to.
It's a song.
Okay, because I was thinking of something else. Right? I am thinking of something else. I don't think I'm wrong about this either.
Next story.
Right? No. Or was it Paris?
Next
Pamela
story.
Anderson.
The next story, Chuck.
It was Pamela Anderson, wasn't it?
Next.
Vanna White.
Next story.
That's from the 80s, though.
Oh man.
The magazine.
Skip the story.
Sorry.
It's not even that late.
There was.
We went
So
there.
Segway.
Okay.
Let me do Segway
Where are we at
story.
here? Where are we at
Let's
here?
do the
You're
Segway.
gonna skip this one?
Yeah. Let's skip it for right now.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
Segway
Okay.
story.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know, Segway, they released their new Ninebot 830C electric moped. And it's, you know, it's available in China right now. And it's pretty nice. It's small, you know,
Small.
25-mile range, 15 miles per hour. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and cheap.
Yeah, $350.
I mean, will be likely available in the U.S., but a electric moped for $350?
It's not
How
that
is
many.
that
Not that many
possible?
watt hours. 576
Yeah,
watt hours.
it's small. It's
Pretty
small,
battery.
and like at 120 pounds, that's not going 25 miles. But at 15 miles per hour top speed,
And it's still not going 25
no.
miles.
Okay. All right. Next up, electric kick scooter pilot program approved in British Columbia. So, you know, hold on. Let me just.
We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
That's for you, Canada. So 6 districts in Canada may make electric kick scooters legal to operate, allowed on streets with speeds of 50 kilometers per hour or slower. That's 31 miles per hour for all those in the imperial system. And, you know, they'll have a limited speed of 14 miles per hour. But, hey, scooters are going to be there.
I got all excited for a minute when I said the speed of 31 miles per hour. I thought that was the scooters could go that fast, but it's only streets that have that speed limit where you can ride the scooters.
Yeah.
Because I've got an argument in favor of safety, where like if you make scooters that can go 25 miles an hour, you don't need bike lanes anymore. This is going to upset the bike people, but like technically, if you can move the same speed as traffic, the whole point of a bike lane is because you've got things passing each other, and that's dangerous when you have closing speed. But if you're going car speed, not dangerous. Don't need a bike lane.
Yeah, you know, when I'm going in with cars, you know, I kind of like, if I'm on a really fast scooter, I will go in the bike lane at the stop sign and I'll just blast past them.
Yeah.
Because like, that's fine. They don't care. But then if I'm on like the road run or something like that, I'm trying to actually I'll sit with the cars in their line because I'm basically kind of like a car. I don't want to mess up the other bikes and have to fly past them. I don't know. It's an interesting thing of like you're not in the bike space. You are, right? You're considered that way.
Yeah.
But then if you're going the speed of a car, I don't want to be next to bikes that much.
Yeah, I'll just forget. If I'll be on the Phantom Ludo today, doing a speed run and coming back from that, and I'm a motorcyclist. Is how I commute to work because I have to cross a big bridge to get here, and I'll kind of forget that I'm on a scooter, and I'll just find myself like right in the middle of traffic. And I just feels totally at home, and you can beat the cars, the light turns green. It's great.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. We have a couple questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at the document.
Oh,
Two
okay.
questions.
All right. First question is from Baildon. I arrived late and missed the Cruiser. Do you think the larger motor of the 2021 will make a noticeable difference versus the 2020? What would be most impacted? Actually, what do we know about the new updates to the Cruiser?
I mean, the motor is the biggest one. It's supposed to be 20%.
Yeah, but what does that mean? It's
faster.
800 watts?
And
Is it 800 nominal? Because it's 1600. Yeah. It's 1600 max, which is why it gets this phenomenal acceleration.
Yeah.
A phenomenal acceleration.
Yeah.
But
and it claims the same range, but it's like if you ride at the same speed, probably the same range, but you're gonna have the opportunity to burn up more. And so I don't know. We'll have to get we'll have to ask Melvin to send us one.
I mean, I think
test it.
I think the thing is that. I think that scooter got really popular mainly because of the range. Because it's like, in scooter land, right? Or like, it's like you want to grab onto like one amazing thing. And like, that's the most powerful kind of like, if you're thinking of like a marketing message, right? It's like that's such a great like message. Longest range scooter, and it is.
By a lot.
By
That's
a
the
lot.
other thing.
It's not by a little, it's by a lot. And so, will it still be now when it comes to practicality, how many people actually use the 50.3 miles, that can't charge it in between? Not like, what if it went down to 40?
Yeah.
It'd still be the longest range scooter.
There is one advantage to like really like just dominating a certain spec is it makes other people not even want to try.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
far enough out in front.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I met a guy right on the street, and he does the DoorDash. He has an EMOVE Cruiser.
Yeah.
And he is just so happy with it. He makes all this money he's like 18, 19 years old. He recognized us on the street, and like, you know, that range, he's just confident that he can do his whole shift. He makes, you know, he was really proud of how much money he made, and that was awesome. And for someone that's his age, it's like so cool that he's getting out there, he's working. He works at night. He's got his own light, and will it make a difference for him? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, next question, Travis. Chuck, do you think there's a big difference between 72 volts and 60 volts? So, all right, so there's a volt debate going on. I mean, right now, the scooters that are 72, which I think we only have one that's 72, and that's the Wolf King.
That's right.
And I guess everything else, I mean, so look, I'm not the technician type person that Paul is. I'm going to let Paul handle this, but I will say, from what I've seen, the 72 volt scooter, which we just have one of right now until the Storm. I think the Storm will be a 72. We're getting that soon. That noticeably is faster, even if it doesn't always show up in the numbers. The amount of torque you get on the scooter that's 72 is massive. Now, I have a feeling, I don't know if there's more that you're asking to this question, because there's a lot more to talk about. Paul, do you want to give this an answer?
Yeah.
Because there's other factors, obviously.
Yeah. And I mean, it's all about
that
how
make
much
a difference.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's how much power you can get out, and it's easier to do it when you've got more volts. They just one out, and so I thought for sure the 72s are going to beat all the 60s in every, you know, under any circumstance, really. And then we got our hands on the new Phantom Ludo, a prototype version, you know, of a scooter that won't even be available till the end of summer, and that actually beat our Wolf King. A 60 volt scooter beat our Wolf King at certain speeds. And you can see the curve. These will come out pretty soon, but we did some acceleration curves, and I'm surprised to see a 60 volt scooter actually beating it. For top speed, the 72s are, you know, they're way up there, and so, but in general, yeah, the 72 volts are just going to be, you know, they're just generally going to be faster. It's just easier to make a fast scooter at 72 volts than 60.
Yeah. There'll be more to say when we talk about, you know, racing and what the ESC group, right, is doing with the Williams.
Because they're running 60
stuff.
or less.
Yeah, and so we got there's a lot of things you can say, right? But there's not a lot that you can do to make our numbers change. You can't, you know, the numbers you put on your website don't change the numbers that we put in our performance data, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so, you know, when it comes out and we test all these things, we'll know if like people can make a better 60 than the 72s, or, you know, these kind of trade-offs. Finally, in the news, it is Women's History Month. And so, you know, I guess we always, you know, I love to, do news articles on like women riders and like, and like, you know, why, like, there's a lot of articles on like how to get more women to ride scooters. And so, you know, there was an article that came out on how to make streets safer for female riders. It's not a lot new, but it's worth mentioning again, just because it's so important. Women, you know, this is the notes from the article. Women often worry about their safety when traveling solo, especially at night. Cycling, and now this is kind of based on cycling, but it's, you know, you can take this stuff, but cycling gives more control over route, speed, time of travel, and allows women to avoid public transportation and ride shares, which come with their own dangers, I believe. Evidence from other countries shows that women are more likely to cycle than men when there is supporting cycling infrastructure in place, such as bike lanes that are well lit and fully separated from traffic, and bike routes that facilitate diverse journeys. So in places where they have this kind of stuff, right, you have a higher percentage of women riding. So for example, they give the example of the Netherlands. 55% of bike rides in the Netherlands are taken by women riders. So, you know, people that are in, you know, city planning, all that kind of stuff, like I don't know how many times we can say the same thing, but it's not just for women, it's for everybody. We all want the infrastructure. We all want to like have a safer place to ride. I don't like riding right next to cars if I don't have to, but you know, I do. And if we want to have more people riding and being able to kind of like take charge of their own, journeys, there's very clear ways to do that at this point. All right.
Cool.
Moving on.
We love our Facebook community, and it's time for the
Facebook giveaway. Jinx owe me 3 sodas. Get that dice.
All right. So today's sponsor is by Fluid Freeride. They got fingerless riding gloves, folding lock, 1,000 light lumen, a lumen light.
Yeah, and that folding lock, I actually use that lock. I used
all the
it
time.
Yesterday or 2 days ago. It's no lock I would recommend locking stuff up like for a whole day, but when you're going in a store, that lock folds real small. You can keep it in your bag, whatever. You just pop, lock it on.
I like the gloves.
Go in the store, come back out. Because you can't, back in the day, we used to be able to take all of our scooters in. But then after scooter sharing hit the market, everybody's like, keep that thing outside. And then, it's like, what are you going to do? So when I go, I love going on errands now with scooters. It's like my favorite. You know what it is? It's when it's sunny out and it's like good weather. I honestly am like so looking forward. It's like, oh, we need to get more coffee. Oh, no problem. I'll go take care of that.
I'll volunteer.
Yeah, and I'll go slow. I'll go slow to make it take longer, and then I'll stop by the pickleball court, say hi to my friends. If I see people outside, I'll stop and chat with people at the stop sign. Whatever. It's nice. Anyway, you got to have a lock. You got to have a lock. You got to have to make all that happen.
And shipping is worldwide. So thank you, Julian.
Thanks, Julian, over at Fluid Freeride.
Keep it fluid. All right, so you guys know how it goes. Chuck's going to roll a die. Whatever number it lands on, Richie's going to hit the randomizer that many times. And best of luck to everyone out there.
Richie's calling for a 6.
He's calling for a 6. He always calls for a 6.
It hasn't been 6 for a long time.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Here you go. 1, 2, 3.
Where'd it go? I don't even see it.
It's under my couch over here.
Oh, it's
4.
It's 4.
It's a 5. You're too far away to see it.
Oh, sorry.
Is it?
No, that's not a 5.
It's not a 5. Oh, it is 5.
Yeah, it's
wow.
it's that middle thing
Dang
that
it.
makes
It's
it
5.
anyway.
Okay.
Oh, we got a super chat. Hey, I know this guy. Didn't this guy show up last? Tom 2, congratulations. He bought his wife. Hold on, let me just
My man,
this.
Tom is back.
So Tom 2 bought his wife a scooter so that he could get one. Oh, that's a smart move,
That's
Tom.
a smart move.
That's a real smart
John
move.
Richardson move right there.
That's
You
a
get
real
your
smart
license
move.
Scooter, you get as much as you want.
I like that. Okay, Tom 2, you're going to be on the show and give advice to everybody. All right, so we ready to roll this thing?
Yeah.
Let's
5
do it,
times.
baby.
Okay. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Okay, last one right here. Good luck, everyone. Number 5. And the winner is Kyle Wood.
Kyle Wood! You are the champion. Hey, it's awesome when I know people or I see people because like it's all from Facebook, right? So you apply on Facebook and you just do the thing on Facebook when Voss posts it. But it's really cool because like the people that win are like active Facebook folks.
Yeah.
And there's been we've done the show 80 times and there's been probably 60 winners. And like it's awesome because then they'll be like, hey, like I'm so happy, like I won something. Like people don't win stuff all the time. It's like kind of a cool feeling. So anyway, thanks. Shout out to Julian again and David Voss for just managing this whole he does all this. He works with the folks that do the giveaways and it's not a little bit of work to make that happen. So appreciate all the effort that goes into making this happen.
Thank you to everybody for switching to us on our new time.
Yeah.
We'll be back the next week.
Yeah.
Look out for our videos this week. We're dropping 3 videos in 5 days.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's going to be probably one of the biggest weeks we've ever had in terms of like content release. And then we're going to have a big show next week with the Scooter Crossing, the first electric scooter documentary ever. It's going to be good. And we're going to watch it with you guys after the show. We're going to have those guys on the show. It's Brando, Graham, and...
oh, man.
another guy. I don't have it in my notes.
But let me turn this down for a quick second.
Yeah.
The after party. Hit up the after party. Do not forget, we're going to talk about this top 12 scooters. I know you guys want to talk about it, so come talk about it.
I'm in there right now. I'm going in.
there like swimwear.
There's a QR code right on the screen.
Yeah, there's a QR code on the screen.
That.
So if you want to chat about it, you got questions about it, we're going to be in there answering them. We wish you guys a good week, and we'll see you in the forum right now.
Yeah,
Good night, everybody. Ride safe. Don't forget to wear your helmet.
Good night.
Good night.